Imagine natural athletes, they have to train so heavily. And you know how demanding it is to make it in the Olympics. It's so demanding. So think about the Olympics of God. They are even more demanding. We don't train 8 hours a day for the Olympics of God. We train 24 hours a day. That's how demanding it is to be an athlete of God and to make it into the unperishable crown at the end of this life. Is to give yourself to God truly, to sacrifice all your tendencies, want and desire of this material world and focus on God for real. And obviously this takes serious steps. It takes a quantum leap because it begins with a fiat, with a decision you have to take to be good and holy. And that takes a moment, a gigantic moment. I ask many Catholics if they ever went on their knees and begged God to give them the strength to decide to be holy and to sanctify themselves in this life. And you'll be surprised how few do that. Most people are kind of afraid of doing that, or don't have the strength to do that, or don't feel like they have to do that. And it's because they are so attached to this material world and to this flesh that the Spirit is not able to lift them into this grace where we know we have to be holy, we have to give the fiat to God to be His. But we know that God wants 100%, like we were talking last night, those that were here. God wants 100%. And we need to understand that. Most of us have been in school. And you know, when you are in school, a good student is he that gives it all, 100%, and is the one that makes the grades, the highest grades. But if you go halfway, if you go a great percentage but not 100%, you're not the best. And Jesus wants 100%. That's why I always give the example I probably gave you last night of Peter walking on the water. See, when Peter asked Jesus, if it is you, Lord, give me the grace to walk on the water towards you. And he gave him the grace. And Peter dared to walk on the water. But he sank before he made it to Jesus. And Jesus rescued him. But Jesus didn't applaud him. Jesus told him, man of little faith. And you will expect Jesus to congratulate him for all the steps he took. But that is the way of the world. That is a human way. Oh, great. You made such an effort. Keep on trying. No, that is not the language of Jesus. Jesus wanted 100% from Peter. And Peter didn't give him 100%. And Jesus was not happy. And this is what is going to happen to us once we make it to Jesus. He's not going to say, I know you try. Thank you for giving me 70%. That was great. No. He's going to call you for what you didn't give him. And that's why we have purgatory. See? Because he needs you to fulfill the 100%. And we have to know that this is the time to give the 100% now before we go. And we don't know when God is going to call us. And you know very well that death do not choose us by age. Death comes unexpectedly. And the next thing we know, we are before Jesus, right before him. And there is no returning. There is no way to mend anything anymore. You are in the justice of God, and there is no going back. So you have to face what you became.